Hey there, Tad Hargrave from Marketing for Hippies. Today's video is about selling and about the key skill we need. Instead of overcoming objections, diffuse pressure. So this is all credit to Ari Galper from unlockthegame.com for this distinction. The biggest skill we need in selling and having conversations with people about working with us or pitching, sharing what we do is absolutely not the skill of overcoming objections. The skill of overcoming objections is that somebody says no and you try to find a way around it. But sometimes the reason that people say no is just to preserve their autonomy and their sovereignty because they're scared they're going to be bowled over by you. Sometimes that's why it's such a firm and hard no. Whenever there's a conversation where there's a buyer and a seller, where there's a discernible, those two parties at work, there will be pressure. Why? Because there's such a stigma towards salespeople. We don't trust salespeople, caveat emptor, let the buyer beware. We're generally suspicious, so there's a built-in pressure. And especially if we at any level have the agenda to get the sale, instead of going for the truth to see if it's a fit, if that's in our mindset, it'll show up in our language and our nonverbals, and people will feel pressured. So you've got the pressure inherently built into the situation, plus a pressure that may come from feeling desperate and wanting to get the sale, or etc. So what we have to get really good at is not overcoming the objections. By the way, the objections are often created by the pressure we're putting on them. You can try this experiment where if you put your hands together like this and you push with one of your hands, whichever one, you notice the other hand pushes back even though there was no instructions to push back. It just happens automatically. So when we feel energetically pushed, we push back. But if we stop pushing them, they don't have a need to push back. Does that mean they won't have objections? Well, they'll have concerns. We'll have a human conversation. They'll say, well, I don't know because of this. And you'll just talk it through like two human beings talking about something. They won't feel the need to defend because you're not attacking. So this is the chief skill we need. Number one, to identify pressure when it's there. And it's almost always there. And number two, to diffuse it. The skill of diffusing pressure, letting the air out of the balloon a little bit so it's not going to pop on you. And there's a lot of ways to do that non-verbally. You don't physically trap people in a situation, leave them some room, that type of thing. In emails, just saying, hey, I don't know if this is a fit, no pressure, you must be really busy, giving people an out. Affirming, perhaps multiple times in a conversation, look, I just want to affirm my intention here is not to sell you, it's just to see if it's a fit. And if it's not a fit, I may know somebody I could refer you to. So that's why I'm asking these questions, is just to discern. And even if it is a fit, that doesn't necessarily mean we'll work together. There's three filters here. Is it relevant for both of us? Do you trust me? Am I credible? Do I trust you as a client? And then do you see value here? And do I see value in working with you? And those are three things we have to mutually discern. So I don't know. That's why we're talking, is just to see. But, I promise you, that's my intention. It's to go for the truth of that. And I hope it is for you too. So that you can you can keep affirming for both of you the core intention to go for the truth, not to go for the sale. Check out unlockthegame.com. Ari Galper has a lot of brilliant thoughts about this, but this is the core skill we need. Not how to better overcome objections, not to learn better closing techniques, not to learn how to minimize people's arguments and dismiss them and try to get over them, which is so bizarre. People who understand so much about consent in other areas of life, and then in sales, it goes out the window. So proceeding in a way that honors the other person, honors you, and diffuses the pressure so that you're no longer pitching, you're just sharing. Two human beings talking about something, you seeing if you can help them, they seeing if they want you to help them. And that's it. And if it's not a fit, it's great. And hopefully we get better and better at discerning who's a fit and who's not, so that we have fewer and fewer of those conversations with people where it may not be a fit. So that's it. Thanks so much. Marketingforhippies.com is my website. I'm on social media. Thanks so much for everyone who's subscribed here, who likes the videos, who's been sharing them up. It does make a difference for me. Thanks.